Hey, good morning, Peyton. Can you hear me? Oh, hang on. I got to put him on. Hang on, Peyton. Edit scene. Oh, there you go. Hey, Peyton, can you hear me? You'll be able to hear. Hey, Peyton, can you hear me?
Can he see you?
No, he can see you. Hey, Peyton, can you hear me? I hear something.
I'm here. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Hey, Peyton, we'll get you on in a bit, okay? Hang on for me.
That's good.
.710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's all-American truck headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Monday. It is August 24th, 2026, and this is the Valley's Morning News. We're also broadcasting at Radio Para Mi if you want to find that free app. Producer Freddie will catapult us on X Live, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live. Anything you hear, especially the interview coming up with my friend Jorge Torres from Import-Export Expertise on the Canadian tariffs and other issues, especially on trade issues, U.S. and Mexico. Yeah, that's coming up at 7:15. Hope you can join us for that conversation. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, and we got AccuWeather, and today it's Peyton Manning joining us? No, Peyton Simmers. He'll be joining us from AccuWeather in just a little bit. Yeah, I think we wore out we're out Jason because it's like triple digit plus the entire week as well. Maybe a chance of rain by Friday. We'll visit that in a little bit. From this past weekend in Weslaco, there was a fire. First responders reported to a fire at Valley Grande Manor Nursing and Rehab Facility on Saturday afternoon. Patients and staff evacuated successfully. Crews entered the building, extinguished the fire at the nursing home. At least one person recovering after that weekend fire in Weslaco. In Austin, lawmakers are being asked to pump the brakes on data centers as there is concern on water and energy issues.
Opponents are expressing fear of the unknown. We don't know how much water and power data centers will use. Even Governor Abbott agrees, saying that surveys were ignored by the developers.
That same information is needed by legislators before decisions can be made about the pathway forward.
The other big unknown is which data center projects benefit from state and local tax breaks. Regulators told lawmakers at a hearing last week that they don't keep a record of that. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
triple-digit heat across Texas, and you need to give your AC a
Hey,
break.
they're made. Some AC companies are dealing with daily high temperatures of more than 100 degrees, also mean an overnight low in the 80s. Matt Rudisil with the On Time Experts says if you're trying to keep the indoor temperature in the 70s, that means the system is not getting a break.
It's the extreme highs, but it's also those high overnight lows that create a big problem for these systems.
He recommends raising the indoor temperature by a few degrees to give the system some time off and to run any ceiling fans you may have. He also notes that while his company can usually respond to service requests on the same day they're made, some AC companies are dealing with a backlog of between 2 and 4 days.
National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is stepping up its investigation into some General Motors vehicles for an engine failure risk. The federal agency said late last week that there's a new investigation into two different vehicle types, and two motor types affecting vehicles like the Silverado 1500, the Tahoe Suburban. You may want to check on the General Motors site to look into news on that investigation. And this note from Austin: a major Hollywood studio might soon be the latest California company to jump to Texas. Paramount Studios is thinking about moving some of their operations out of California to Texas. There's some reports say that Paramount Studios is talking about building a new movie and TV studio in the Austin area. It's 7:09. It is AccuWeather with the time. And want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch for the best Purina nutrition for your animals, horses, cows, exotics, family pets. It's for the best Purina product. It is Martin Farm and Ranch in Edinburgh on Monte Cristo. Say hi to Dougie if you stop by. And we say hello to Peyton Simmers from AccuWeather. Happy Monday, Peyton. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, happy Monday. Good
they
to be here.
They gave you the hot potato, pal. It's going to be up to 104, 105, 106. But I noticed toward the end of the week the mention of a thunderstorm. So what's cooking might be cooking in the atmosphere that give us a chance to rain by the end of the week. What do you say?
So, yeah, there is definitely a chance of thunderstorms on Friday with a little bit of a storm system coming through, but they might be few and far between, but it's going to be hot until then as well.
Okay, take a look at Texas travel weather. Take a quick look at Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
And Dallas. So what's it like for today for folks traveling up there today?
Pretty dry and pretty hot as well.
Okay.
Not going to be much in the way of any sort of thunderstorm activity around Houston or Dallas today.
Okay, so as we do the round robin for weather, let's check the tropics. Anything for the Gulf, anything in the Caribbean, relevant to us. That's the only thing that we care about. We're very selfish, so we just think about ourselves. So what do you think?
Yeah, there's nothing of concern either in the Caribbean or the Gulf right now that has us worried about any tropical development.
All right. Well, that's your AccuWeather forecast. That's it, people. Same old, same old. Look to the end of the week, see if maybe we get a thunder shower or two. Highs today, 104, 105 tomorrow, 106 by Thursday. That is a 710 KURV heat alert as presented by Lee's Pharmacy. That means a check on the vulnerable, just a phone call, a check up on that uncle of yours or grandma. Hey, everything okay? Is the AC system working? And check those car seats headed to the store. Thank you, Lee's Pharmacy, for the heat alert. Hey, is Peyton still there, Freddie? Okay. How do you like your waffles, Peyton? Nice and crispy, or you put a bunch of stuff like fruit and other stuff on top of it?
Just plain waffles with some syrup.
With plain syrup, yeah. With syrup. I'll take the syrup. I'll take the whipped cream. I'll take some peaches, and that's it. I like mine with peaches. Freddie, how you like your waffles? Not that I'm... Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're getting all nutritious on me. But you're canceling out all the fun if you're putting bananas and strawberries. This is guaranteed nutritious. Not that I'm serving up any right now. I just say this because it's waffle day today. Yeah, not waffling, but waffle day. And peach pie day as well. And what do you need to cut that? You need a knife. It's a National Knife Day as well. All right. Got to go, pal. Thank you, Peyton, for joining us. We'll call you next hour. Peyton Simmers from AccuWeather. Right now, it's 80 to 81 degrees across the area. Coming up at 7:16, a conversation I had earlier this morning, about an hour ago, with JT, Jorge Torres from Interlink Trade Services. Yes, we got these new tariffs that are slapped on Canada. What does it mean for U.S. goods near future? And we'll get an update on USMCA, the trade agreement with Canada and Mexico. That's being reviewed up in D.C. That's coming up at 7:16 on the Valley's Morning News. Governor Greg Abbott is promoting an app that some people are criticizing. They say that app is too invasive.
The first thing you'll read when you go to abbottimpact.org is help keep Texas red. Your account will upload and match your phone contacts with the Texas voter file. And just like that, you'll see their voting history and if they vote in the latest elections. The app lets users send vote reminders to those who have not, make calls to the app using a private number. SMU political scientist Cal Jolson says,
it is expanding the Republican Party volunteer list. But if I were to get a text from somebody inquiring whether I had voted, I might feel that was uncalled for.
The app will never tell you who anybody voted for. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
The city of Mercedes is adding more responsibilities to their fire chief, Javier Campos Jr. Campos will be serving as the interim city manager in Mercedes as well. There's a special lunar event that's happening this week, and NASA is turning it into a science experiment.
The next full moon will also have a partial lunar eclipse, and that will make the moon look red, but it's just an illusion. The Sturgeon moon will reach peak illumination just after 9 p.m. on the West Coast on August 27th. No special equipment needed to watch the moon orbit through Earth's shadow. Just look up. And while you're doing that, NASA will use orbiters to measure rapid surface temperature shifts on the moon. They say that data will help them engineer future lunar habitats. I'm Bree Tennis.
It's 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. Texas real estate. A new Texas real estate report is focusing on buyers that are from other countries.
The report shows that foreigners are backing out of deals to buy homes in Texas at record rates. A survey by Texas Realtors shows they did so because of the Trump administration's focus on catching illegal immigrants.
Politically, there could be things that affect how many people choose to buy here.
The group's Jennifer Wahab says that this is a trend worth watching because it could have a huge impact on the market. The average price of a Texas home purchased by an international buyer was $607,000. It's about $200,000 above average. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
And Walmart will soon allow you to make purchases with tap-to-pay methods, including Apple Pay. That's right. You can use Apple Pay at other stores. And I've run into the situation where, no, I can't use Apple Pay. So they have their own Walmart system, Freddie, where you register through the Walmart app and connect the card. Well, now Walmart will be accepting Apple Pay near future. Time is 7:15. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Conversation with an import-export pro. That would be my buddy, JT, Jorge Torres from Interlink Trade Services. On this day that Canada is going to get slapped 50% tariffs on some items. And some of those items might even be USMCA items. What's the latest on the trade agreement between the U.S. and Mexico? That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
The Valley's destination for luxury automotive is here. Come to Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen and visit Michael Fall, General Manager, today and discover the perfect blend of elegance and power in a new GLC 300. Lease yours today for just $549 a month for 36 months. Experience a feeling only 140 years of innovation can deliver. The choice is simple at the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen, a Bert Ogden Auto Group dealership, a true triumph of luxury. Now open at their exceptional new state-of-the-art location at 8522 Expressway 83 in Harlingen.
Looking for a flexible part-time opportunity with a fun, fast-paced media company? Radio United is hiring a part-time sales coordinator. If you are organized, enjoy working with people, and have great computer and communication skills, bilingual preferred, we'd love to meet you. Help support our sales team, work with local businesses, and be a part of a company that connects communities every day. Apply now by sending your resume to human resources at radiounited.com. Join our team and help make an impact. Radio United is an equal opportunity employer.
We're the Rio Grande Valley's home for Houston Astros baseball. We're News Talk 710 KURV.
How about we join the Astros when they get some solid pitching or relief pitchers, huh? Freddie says so. We're never going to join them. Oh, my poor Astros. Okay, so they have the day off today, right? And then they're on the road to play the Yankees. And then the Mets, right? Astros baseball on Newstalk 710 KURV. Pre-game Tuesday is 5:35. Astros baseball, a service of Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Seems the northern portion of this partnership, U.S., Canada, Mexico. Yeah, the Canadian side is going to get slapped with 50% tariffs. So this weekend, I was telling Jorge Torres, JT's in the studio with Interlink Trade Services. And, of course, you can see us on Facebook, X, and YouTube Live. Do a rewind in case you missed anything in this conversation. I was telling JT that on Friday, we're all friends. And I could swear I even heard the president saying, oh, great, we got, we're about to have a new agreement. Everything's hunky-dory, everything's fine. And then Saturday morning, I'm listening to reports. Oh, yeah, Monday, we're going to slap 50% tariffs on Canadian goods. So, Jorge Torres, Interlink Trade Services, welcome back to the studio. Let's start there, amigo. So what happened? What blew up? And the 50% tariffs slapped on what going into Canada from the U.S.?
No, it's actually it's the Canadian products coming into the United States.
The other ones I can have until September 8th.
Yeah, and so what happened is that the president announced a few weeks ago that he wanted to impose 50% tariffs under Section 338 for discriminatory practices of U.S. commerce, and that they were going to become effective August 19. It's 50% on about $20 billion of products that are imported from Canada, including steel, aluminum, dairy products, alcohol, auto parts, textiles, lumber, etc. So it hits about 20 billion of the imports into the United States from Canada. So they were negotiating, Canada and U.S., and at the end of last week, it looked pretty promising that they were going to come to terms to an agreement, and these tariffs were not going to be imposed. Well, like you mentioned, something happened on Friday that everything went sideways, and they announced they were going to impose those tariffs, the 50% tariffs, effective actually Saturday, as a matter of fact. And now Canada is going to do the same thing, dollar per dollar, 50% on U.S. products imported to Canada, effective September 8th. So now we have a little trade war between the U.S. and Canada going on.
Okay, all these, I've heard you say before so many times, likely not USMCA related items, right?
Well, actually, this is going to impact even USMCA qualifying products. Okay. This is different from Section 301 on forced labor. If you're a USMCA, if your product qualifies for USMCA, you're not going to be subject to 301. But in this particular case, the 50%,
that's strange.
It even if it's a USMCA product, it's going to be assessed. There's an exemption for Section 232 if you're paying the steel, aluminum. But other than that, even if it's USMCA, you're still going to pay the 50%.
How do you know? How do you keep up with, this qualifies, this doesn't qualify? I mean, just aluminum, just by itself. It's in everything, it seems, as far as consumer products. Like, how do you determine?
Well, they did publish annexes to the executive order that mentioned specific tariff codes, tariff classifications. When products are imported, they have to be declared by a number, which is a tariff code.
Okay.
So there's the list of the products that are impacted. So we pretty much know which tariff codes are going to be slapped with the 50%. So
okay. I'm sure somebody's out there driving, and I don't blame them for thinking this way. Sarge, how does this affect me and my pocketbook? Does it? Will it?
I mean, yes. If out of that 20 billions that are imported to the United States, I mean, let's say alcohol, you want to buy a bottle of Seagram 7 or whatever, and that's going to be more expensive. So Canadian whiskey, for example.
Okay. Yeah.
So
stick to Kentucky, people. You'll be better off. Jorge Torres from Interlink Trade Services. Now, you said something earlier that's real interesting. You said countries that discriminate, like this tariff, the 338 that you said, it's a tariff for countries that discriminate against U.S. goods.
U.S. commerce. Yeah.
Well, that would there's one thing that, thanks to Donald Trump and all the tariffs he started slapping around on the IEPA, the emergency thing, we started looking at the ratio, the difference, how much. Let's say, for example, the one that came to mind was Vietnam. For some reason, it's stuck in my head. They charged 90% on U.S. goods headed to Vietnam, and we only charged like 10 to 15% of stuff coming this way. That seems pretty discriminatory to me. Which, what I'm trying to say, that seems that discriminatory based tariff or a fighting discrimination against U.S. goods would apply to almost all that are not at parity or close to parity, or some of these tariffs are like way off, like 100%, 90 to 1. The ratios were crazy. Why not? I guess the president should have used the discriminatory tariff, or the one that fights this discrimination against U.S. goods. Would have probably been better for him.
Yeah, I mean, as you've seen, they've tried to use different tariff provisions to assess those tariffs. IEEPA, well, it was struck down. Then we have Section 301, Section 232, national security, and now Section 338. Section 338 wasn't used before, and there's going to be challenges in the court. I guess, they're using these provisions to continue the tariff assessments, and more from a political standpoint. I think the president, found out, focusing on Canada, hey, we need to do something more from political pressure, because what they want is, they don't want, and this is one of the reasons why the negotiations fell apart, that the U.S. was asking too much from Canada, including not negotiating trade agreements with other countries. The U.S. wanted to restrict Canada negotiating trade agreements, or have the U.S. have its blessing in order to have a trade agreement. So Canada said, we're an independent country. You're not going to tell us what to do. So, I mean, yeah, the president has the flexibility of using these provisions. Again, Section 122 is has been challenged in the courts. Section 301 is being challenged in the courts. And more than likely, Section 338 is going to be challenged in the courts. IEEPA was already struck down. So, but while they get the lawsuits and the court the decisions, they still assess these tariffs. So the money is out there being collected. So
I don't know who in D.C. is running refund checks, but yeah, here comes more work. Probably near future. But there probably is an argument to be made, because there for the longest time there has been disparity, and government subsidy by other governments to whether it's ag or metals or whatever it is, or wood, versus what the U.S. is hoping to achieve, which is a more fair trade practice. So there is an argument to be made in court that there is discrimination. That seems to me to be a more reasonable argument on the disparity, the unfairness, the discrimination against U.S. goods, and how they're dumping their stuff over here.
Yeah, I mean, prior administrations were not paying attention to trade, in particular tariff treatments and all that, both Republican and Democrat. And President Trump, saw that and said, wait a minute, we're discriminated against, and there's a lot of issues at stake. So he started imposing this tariff. So at a rhythm that, it was very aggressive actions. So that's what's everyone is concerned about, that, these tariffs are being imposed very aggressively, different provisions, different ways of doing it, different countries, different tariff rates. So it creates a lot of complexity. Whether it's fair or not, well, that's, there might be some logic behind them. I mean, if are they being assessed too aggressively? Maybe. But here we are, dealing with those situations.
Jorge Torres, Interlink Trade Services. My buddies, he's an expert in import and export. Either way, I'm guessing this would potentially be more painful in Canada. I mean, they're only 1/10 the size of American GDP, population and GDP. So for them to lose business and suppliers and resources like that and customers, I suspect it'd be a bit more painful for them, but we'll wait and see, as you said.
Yeah, it's a wait and see
how it works out in the court. USMCA, the trade agreement, the review of that. What have you heard? What have you been reading?
Well, there's going to be, in particular, talk right now with Canada. Well, things are pretty sour, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But Mexico and the U.S. are going to meet again at the end of September, around the 20th of September. to continue the talks. There has been some news that the president and USTR agreed. Greer, they want to have some sort of agreement, quote unquote, by the end of the year on certain terms, possibly the automotive rules of origin, which is the big one. So we might see something by the end of the year. That's what they're expecting. So hopefully these talks in September are going to, give us more information of where we're headed with USMCA. I mean, it's looking more, again, they're saying, well, maybe USMCA is going to be between Mexico. It's going to be a bilateral agreement. Who knows if the three countries are going to stick to the agreement because of what's going on with Canada. But hopefully it will. But things are changing almost daily with what's going on. So, but hopefully by the end of 2026, we'll have something.
Is it possible that if they do come to an agreement on rules of origin, all those things, that they may just move forward and propose a final agreement, at least on the Mexican side, and be done with a review, at least on this side? Or it seems like we're in perpetual review for the next 10 years.
What happened in July when the U.S. said, no, we're not going to agree to renew it for another 16 years, that doesn't mean that didn't mean that it was going to end. The USMCA is here until 2036. What that triggered was the yearly reviews, which create uncertainty, and people don't want that. So, but hopefully by the end of the year, they're going to come to terms and they're going to extend it for another 16 years. So that's what we're hoping for, because that will give us that certainty for future investments and et cetera. So.
All right. Producer Freddy says we're short on time in this segment, and we have very deep stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Anything you want to mention, like in 1 minute, either on transshipments or the executive order, just real quick in 1 minute.
Yeah, I mean, we have Executive Order 14411, which is strengthening customs enforcement, which is going to have a major impact on importers and custom brokers to ensure that everything's done correctly. There's no undervaluation, no transshipment, the right country of origin, the right tariffs are being paid. And they're going to put more burden and more restrictions on importers and custom brokers to ensure that happens. So that's going to we're going to.
Do you know how that affects? This directly affects what you do.
Yes, actually, they're going to require more information from importers, like articles of incorporation, asset listings, tax returns from the ownership declared. Who are the owners? Increase bond amounts, limit the increase penalties. There's a lot of things on the table to ensure that there's stronger customs enforcement. So we'll hear more about it by the end of the year too.
Yeah, where are they going to find the personnel for that? What, bring them the 80,000 over from the IRS that they were supposed to hire them, bring them over to you?
Well, again, AI.
Customs border.
They're using AI for all this. They mentioned specifically. They mentioned AI.
See, the new federal employee, Mr. AI, he'll take care of it.
Exactly.
Thank you, JT, for stopping by. From Interlink Trade Services, import, export, Jorge Torres. You know he's an Aggie, Freddie, right? You know he's an Aggie. Attaboy. Well, we got sports next on 710 KURV on your station for Astros play-by-play. Oh, they're breaking my heart. Astros are burning in the atmosphere. The Rangers climbing back on the horse. They're climbing. They're rising a bit. You know what's so pathetic, Freddie? The Astros and the Rangers they're tied for first place. And they're both underwater. They're under 500.
Well, that just means the division is really tough.
Oh, yeah. Astros lost to the second worst and the worst teams in the American League West over the past 4 or 5 days. Okay, so we got sports next on 710 KURV. You can't rely on the Astros or the Rangers. Oh, but the Cowboys won this past weekend, right? They're going to the Super Bowl, Fred. Did you hear that? They're going to the Super Bowl. Say someone you can rely on, good folks at Culligan. And Delia and I and the kids, we have benefited from this amazing system that they have, this water purification system. Leading state-of-the-art systems from Culligan. There are in restaurants all over the place. at laboratories all over the valley, hospitals, and industry as well. They need purified water systems for all types of different industry, whatever they're manufacturing. It's Culligan. Culligan Water Purification Systems. Better water, pure and simple. Get one today at your house. Get one today at your office. Call 399-1780. Make the appointment. Get that Culligan Water Purification System. It is affordable, $35 a month. Think of all those days in 1 month for some of y'all who don't have a water purification system at your house. How many times you leave the house back and forth, going to H-E Butt, going to the warehouse to simply just go buy water because the Huercos, the kids won't drink, tap water. Nobody does these days. Estamos chiflados. Everybody's spoiled. Everybody wants, well, you think you want bottled water. No, you don't want bottled water. That's microplastic. You want purified water. That's what you get from Culligan. So get your system today, only $35 a month. You're going to love that water purification system from Culligan. 956-399-1780.
Come into Genesis of Harlingen today and soak up the feeling of the dynamic yet elegant design and cutting-edge technology. Visit today and choose from a great selection, like a 2026 Genesis G70. Lease one today for $319 a month for 24 months. Come see where refined sophistication meets powerful innovation at Genesis of Harlingen at 8521 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. Shop from the entire line of Genesis online at genesisofharlingen.com. Genesis of Harlingen, a Bert Ogden Auto Group dealership.
Day 28 without AC, 70 days until fall. There's no help in sight. I fear the water in the toilet bowl has evaporated.
Dad, just call Mighty Mike's.
No AC? Don't sweat it. Mighty Mike's Plumbing, Electric, and HVAC is your solution. Their comfort specialists will ensure you're sitting cool in the summer months. Visit callmightymike.com or dial 956-686-1353.
Get it right. Call Mighty Mike. Just one call to solve it all.
Looking for a flexible part-time opportunity with a fun, fast-paced media company? Radio United is hiring a part-time sales coordinator. If you are organized, enjoy working with people, and have great computer and communication skills, bilingual preferred, we'd love to meet you. Help support our sales team, work with local businesses, and be a part of a company that connects communities every day. Apply now by sending your resume to human resources at radiounited.com. Join our team and help make an impact. Radio United is an equal opportunity employer.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's Fighting Texas Aggies football. Tune in for the 2026 home opener, Saturday, September 5th. Kickoff at 6 p.m.
It is a touchdown, Aggies!
On your home for Aggies football. News Talk 710, KURV.
Gag 'em, Aggies!
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Texas Rangers picked up the win yesterday in the rubber game of their series against the Los Angeles Angels. Final score, 5-3. The Rangers got on the board early with 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. The Rangers would tack on 2 more runs in the 5th inning. Despite the Angels putting up 3 runs in the 8th, the Rangers held on for the win. The Rangers begin a road series tonight against the Chicago White Sox. The Houston Astros were not as lucky, falling to the Athletics by a score of 7-6. The Astros got off to a hot start, scoring 6 runs in the first 4 innings. However, the Athletics roared back in the 5th with a 6-run rally to tie the game. With a loss, the Astros are now tied with the Rangers for first place in the AL West. They open up a road series tomorrow night against the New York Yankees. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Adam C.
AccuWeather says highs today, same as last week, 104, 105. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, 105, 106 by Thursday, Chihuahuas. And the only change in the AccuWeather forecast is a mention of a thunderstorm possibility by Friday. So join us for daily conversations, especially on the morning news. We'll talk with AccuWeather to see what the chance of rain would be like as we get closer to the week. Right now, it's 80 to 81 degrees. Border Bridge wait times, hour and a half at B&M, hour and a half at Gateway. Good morning, Brownsville. Good morning, Edinburgh, Mission, McAllen. Hidalgo Bridge is close to an hour. That's the busy one in the area. Business news and a check of your money. That's next on 710 KURV. Join us at Radio Para Mi, the free app. You can listen to the KURV morning news on your smartphone. Top real estate team in this entire region, folks who I have personal experience with. I'm a witness. I can provide you a testimony. Hallelujah! How awesome the Ryan and Brian real estate team is. We all know someone who's been trying to sell a home for many months, and we know it because we see that sign every time we drive by on the way to work. There's that sign again. How many months has it been now? Yeah, those poor folks should have called the Ryan and Brian real estate team. You never have to worry about your home not selling at a time that's convenient for you. Look, have a conversation with Brian Reed or someone from the Ryan and Brian real estate team. Have us sit down and say, look, help me get my house sold. And because they know the market, they know at what price homes are selling, they will price at the Ryan and Brian team. They will price your home at the perfect price. Try to get you hit the bullseye. And in fact, you guys talk about a price and a date. That home needs to be sold at that dollar amount, and that home is still on the market. Brian Reed will get the right team. Sell your home, and you just need to talk about this beforehand. The Ryan and Brian team recently sold a home for John here in the Mission area because he and his family needed to relocate to Willacy County, and the Ryan and Brian team got it done. And what they do is, with a winning strategy, is properly price the home, as I was telling you. It worked out wonders for John. It only took 2 days to get this home sold. While the other homes that you've seen, they've had that for sale sign, it seems like forever, right? That's the Ryan and Brian real estate team difference. Call them today, 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
Our riddle brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both. It was an easy riddle. Learn more at progressive.com.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Monica De La Cruz. Are you having difficulty getting answers from federal agencies? My office is here to help. Call us at 956-800-6069 to share your issue, and we will be in touch. Team De La Cruz is here to serve you. God bless. Paid for with official funds from the office of Congresswoman De La Cruz.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call on the calendar at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bird Ogden Infinity in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinities available now. Drive your own 2026 Infinity QX80 and save with an amazing 0% APR for 60 months. And take $3,000 off MSRP. Plus, ask about 90 days, no payments. And all Infinities come available with the Infinity Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bird Ogden Infinity on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinities online at birdogdeninfinity.com.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen, Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. This past weekend belonged to Sony.
You can do something I didn't know was possible. You can bring demons back from the further to the human world.
Insidious, Out of the Further, came in second at the box office, opening with roughly $25 million domestically. In first again, Spider-Man Brand New Day, which raked in another $39 million. Shares of Samsung Electronics fell over 8% this morning after the company's record $79 billion shareholder return plan disappointed investors who had expected a larger share of Samsung's AI-fueled cash windfalls and greater clarity on share buybacks. Samsung and rival SK Hynix last week announced major shareholder return plans. New Zealand officials say they are planning to introduce a bill in Parliament that seeks to ban children under 16 years old from using social media in the country. The new rule would also impose fines of up to 10% of a platform's global revenue for non-compliance. Futures are lower. That's your money now.
And a quick mention for SpaceX, they will soon be building a spaceport rocket launch facility in Louisiana, 130,000 square foot rocket facility in Louisiana. They'll be making a big announcement about that tomorrow. Same old for Acura. They got a heat alert for today. 104 today, 105 tomorrow, 106 by Thursday. Stop already. Gee whiz. Late in the week, maybe a chance of rain by late in the week. That's a heat alert for the area. Check on the vulnerable and check those car seats on the way into H-E Butt if you're walking towards the store. The latest from Fox News coming up in 2 minutes on News Talk 710 KURV.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtsprimary.care.com.
I know it's on the to-do list because you as a KURV faithful, you've been hearing me talk about this. Get it done this week. Get it done today, my friend. Call Carla McCaleb. She's part of the McCaleb Funeral Home Clan in Westlaco, Texas. Mark and Carla, God bless you all your family. The number I gave you is Carla McCaleb's personal phone number, 956-650-2841. As I keep telling you to do the online, like listen to us on Radio Para Mi, and you can listen to us, go see us. Not much to look at over here, but you can rewind on YouTube, rewind on X, rewind on Facebook, the broadcast we're doing right now, and it's be posted. Get Carla's number, call her, text her, pre-plan, prepay that funeral event so that way your immediate family doesn't have to worry about all the decisions at a time. They just need to be hugging each other, loving each other, and definitely not have to worry about paying for the funeral. So get it prepaid, get it pre-planned. My mom and dad did this for me. Made a huge difference when the Lord called them home. So get it done. Call Carla McCaleb. Somebody will come to you where you're at. You don't even have to go all the way to Wesco. They'll go to you. Get all those questions, all those lines answered, and prepay. Get set up the prepayment as well. Very loving thing to do for your family from the McCaleb Funeral Home Clan in Wesco. Again, they go to you. Call Carla. Set up that appointment now. 956-650-2841.
That sound? A melon field at dawn. It's where Monica de la Cruz's abuelo worked to feed his family. That's a steam press in the back of a dry cleaner's. That's where Monica pressed shirts, working her way through college, and eventually a small business of her own. But today, the American dream costs more. Monica's fighting back. Our voice in Congress, Monica de la Cruz voted to end the tax on tips, passed no tax on overtime, and made sure seniors keep more of their Social Security. For a South Texas family, that's up to $11,000 a year back in your pocket. More dinners out, more celebrations, more moments together. Monica de la Cruz, fighting in Congress for our American dream.
I'm Monica de la Cruz, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Monica for Congress.
More than just the headlines.
The Valley's morning news.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Happy Monday. You're in tune with the Pulse of the 956 News Talk 710 KURV. It is August 24th, 2026. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. And we have Peyton Simmers from AccuWeather joining us today. He'll be joining us 9 minutes after the hour, and we'll talk about the week's forecast and the chance of rain later in the week. News on 710 KURV is a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump stepping up the pressure on Iran's bottom line with new economic penalties. United States Representative Tenado Matt Whitaker telling Fox.
These sanctions are going to be dramatic. I think they're going to be meaningful. But, I want to highlight their currency is as weak as it's ever been, and inflation is skyrocketing.
And Iran's currency hitting a new record low in trading today. Pakistan, which played a key role in brokering a 60-day ceasefire in June, sending a high-level delegation to Tehran today to discuss ending the war. At least 6 people are hurt, including 3 first responders from the Hawk Fire in Reno, Nevada.
The zero containment is the problem. Again, containment being a perimeter that they're trying to set up around the fire, but the fire itself will still be burning.
Fox Weather's Brenna Merwin. Governor Joe Lombardo declaring a state of emergency. America's listening to Fox News.
Something that might be affecting your pocketbook, although not by much, say some analysts. The U.S. is pausing higher tariffs on ground beef imports for 90 days in the effort to try to lower prices a bit.
President Trump made the announcement on Truth Social, saying the nation will allow up to 300,000 metric tons of ground beef to be imported without the higher rate. He said the White House is making the move as it works to, quote, reduce prices for Americans while giving space for our great American beef herd to grow again. I'm Monica Nelson.
Mexican cartels are always looking for new sources of revenue.
Instead of smuggling drugs north, there are growing concerns about the cartels paying truckers to smuggle fuel south. Freeman Martin, who heads the DPS, says the scam is making them $20 billion a year.
It's the number 2 revenue generator for the cartel.
He says they're catching truckers overloading their rigs to bring watered-down fuel back to Mexico, and once there, it's sold at 3 times the price. He told Texas lawmakers this week that it's nothing short of organized crime. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
And if you did any shopping at Walmart, they do not accept Apple Pay. Well, starting today at select locations, they will start accepting Apple Pay, hoping for a nationwide rollout. This is the morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. We're also live at Radio Para Mí. JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment, they'd like to see you today. Stop by and enjoy a fresh cup of coffee. They got the brewing thing working right down and getting a fresh pot of coffee waiting for you to walk the campus and take a look at all that gorgeous orange Kubota equipment. You'll find the Kubota reliable tractors at Amigo Power Equipment, the Kubota mowers, the zero turn, those spinning mowers, the Kubota utility vehicles at Amigo Power Equipment. Whatever it is that you have in mind for your property, get it done with Kubota, and you'll find, and by the way, everything that I mentioned here, you can get details on all these financing and savings. KubotaUSA.com. KubotaUSA.com. Visit Amigo Power Equipment. Visit with JP and Jeff today, because right now at Amigo Power Equipment, you could drive away with a Kubota LO2 Series tractor. 0% financing if you qualify. You could save up to $4,000 on some of this Kubota equipment. Now through September 30th. Again, KubotaUSA.com for all the details. The Kubota LO2 Series tractor, 0% financing if you qualify, or save up to $4,000 today on your home for Kubota equipment. That would be Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
They say that actions speak louder than words, so we'll let the all-new, state-of-the-art BMW of FAR show you what that means. Choose from an incredible selection of new BMWs. Get exceptional service today. Right now, you can lease a 2026 BMW X330 xDrive, just $569 a month, with $52.99 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. Visit the corner of Expressway 281 and Owasso in FAR. Come find your new BMW today at BMW of FAR, a Bird Ogden Auto Group dealership.
Don't miss the 3rd Annual Truck Expo presented by the FAR International Bridge. Friday, August 28th from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. at Burt Ogden Arena in Edinburgh. Free entrance. Enjoy trucks, equipment, job opportunities, CDL enrollment, raffles, and more.
The UTRGV Vaqueros are back at home on Ultra 90.1, where you hear play-by-play. Congratulations.